If someone blames you directly, don't believe in what they say. See? Don't believe it. Someone says you are an idiot. What? Really? No, no, you must be mistaken. Must be the Mumbai heat. Huh? Just know that they are taking away your bad karma and let it go. If someone blames you for no reason at all, someone scolds you for no reason at all, they are taking your bad karma away from you. Okay? When my sister read this, she became very excited. She started hatching all sorts of plans where people would start yelling at her. I said, that doesn't work. You cannot make them get angry at you and they will take your bad. No, that doesn't work. If they blame you unnecessarily, then it works. I remember once she was at the ashram and she was handling phone calls. And you know, sometimes we get some crazy people calling. So this person called and you know, she, yes, but, yes. And then suddenly she got this big smile on her face and she, yes. She went on like that for some 7-10 minutes. So, and then she put the phone down. I said, wow. I said, what happened? Oh, this guy was shouting and blaming. I said, so why were you smiling? He's taking bad karma. So when you know that when a person is shouting at you and blaming you and accusing you and they are doing you a big favor, then you can only smile when someone gets angry at you. Isn't it? Yes? It's very interesting. This thing is so liberating. Someone gets angry at you, someone shouts at you, yeah, mentally you thank them. Oh, good, now I can be a little naughty. He has taken away my bad karma. Okay? And if you are one of the master's close ones, you will take the blame of the world with a smile. Yes? No, there are so many people who say all sorts of crazy things about our teachers. Yes? And I say, great, let them say it. It's a free country. You can say what you wish. Right? There's another story. There was this guru who had his ashram on the bottom of the hill and a guru who had another ashram on the top of the hill. And there would be many devotees in the bottom of the hill ashram, and this guru on the bottom of the hill would say all sorts of very bad things about the guru on the top of the hill. He's useless, you should not go there, he's very bad, he's, you know, fools people, he's a fraud. Now, one of the devotees in that guru of the bottom of the hill, he started getting little curious. Why is this fellow saying such bad things about this other guy? No, I want to go and check it out. So in spite of being told that, oh, this person is bad, he's useless, this, that, whatever, this guy one day he says, okay, I will go up. He goes up and sees very nice, everything is beautiful. That guru on the top of the hill is talking very nice knowledge, very beautiful techniques, everything is fantastic. So after a few months over there, he goes to that guru on the top of the hill and says, do you know that that guy downstairs is saying all kinds of bad things about you? He says, yes, and I told him to say that. He said, if someone can listen to a person talking and about something he doesn't know and he believes that, then I don't want that person in my ashram. If you cannot experience something yourself, if you do not have the intelligence in your own head to experience something and then decide, then there is no point teaching you anything. So see, he's my friend, he's doing me a big favor. So every weekend he comes up, we have tea together. Okay. So when someone says something negative about something, you disbelieve it. Say, that's not possible only. Yes? You move on. Alright? When you blame someone, you take on their bad karma. This is also important. Someone shouts at you, bad karma is gone. Now you shout back, it becomes passing the parcel. Okay? So when someone shouts at you, you just take it. Don't laugh at them. Ha ha ha, yeah, take more bad karma, shout more. That will not work. Okay? You look suitably dejected. But know that they are doing you a big favor. When you blame someone, you take on their bad karma. When you praise someone, you take on their good karma. Surrender both good and bad karma to the divine and be free. You know, someone was asking me about this Kumbh Mela. Guruji had talked about it long time ago. Why do people go to the Kumbh Mela? He said, you know, all these sadhus, sons, they have been doing this tapasya for so many years, right? So they have all this good karma. And even good karma is an impediment to enlightenment. So what they do, they come and they take the bath in the Ganga, symbolizing that I am surrendering the good karma into the water. The good karma also is gone. I don't want even that. Yes, so they are free. And then all the other people, they go, they take the bath in the Ganga at the same time, so they get the good karma. Yes, so that is the mechanics of the Kumbh Mela. Yes, very interesting, no?